19,000 years before our story begins, a war between dragons tore holes in the fabric of reality. Most healed. One did not. Deep beneath the earth, in a place that would become the heart of the greatest elven civilization the world had ever known, a wound between the material plane and the shadow plane remained open. For 14,000 years, shadow seeped into the world like poison into groundwater. The elves built their capital, Aranmethil, directly above it. They had no idea. The ambient shadow energy made the land fertile, made their spells more potent. They thought they were blessed. For 4,000 years, Telaran was the jewel of the continent. And beneath it, the wound waited. Then something found it. Yzathraal, an elder demon of the deep shadow plane. Not a creature of malice. Something worse. Something indifferent. A consciousness so vast that mortal civilizations registered to it the way insects register to a glacier. Around 4300 ST, it arrived. It pressed against the barrier, and the world began to change. The dimming lasted 250 years. Every civilization experienced it. None recognized it. Shadow corruption does not possess you. It takes what is already inside you and turns up the volume. A scholar's curiosity becomes obsession. A priest's faith becomes fanaticism. The victims feel like themselves. They feel focused. By the time anyone notices, it is too late. In Telaran, scholars formed the Nethuri, arguing that shadow was not corruption but completion. In the dwarven holds, smiths forged weapons from shadow-tainted metal, and their pride would not let them stop. In Valdheim, a gentle priest named Volrath had his belief that death is natural slowly rotated into the conviction that death is the natural state, and became the Night Father, leading a cult that murdered thousands as an act of mercy. In Tianzhu, sorcerers called Shadow Walkers infiltrated the government. In Banlaya, ancient demons offered power to ambitious kings. In the shogunates, the spirit world turned hostile. Every civilization thought its crisis was local. No one asked, what if these are all the same thing? By 4050 ST, Yzathraal breached the wound. The Shadow War began. Telaran fell first. The Nethuri betrayed the kingdom from within. Cities went dark overnight, not conquered, simply entered. Hundreds of thousands of refugees poured across the continent. The dwarfs fought underground in their own tunnels against creatures made of darkness. They sealed their deepest excavations, burying millennia of work. In Valdheim, a warrior named Raven made a pact with the god of death and hunted the Night Father through a 3-day blizzard. In Banlaya, a shadow incursion corrupted an entire province that remains tainted to this day. For 15 years, every civilization fought alone and lost ground. Then a soldier named Orana Sun Sorrow, nobody's queen and nobody's noble, proved that soldiers from different peoples could fight together and win. The conclave brought every civilization to the ruins of a betrayed fortress. They argued. Old grudges nearly destroyed the alliance before it formed. Sun Sorrow broke the deadlock with these words. The darkness does not ask your ancestry before it swallows you. They spent 15 years preparing. Dwarfs and gnomes forged shadow-resistant weapons. Shogunate monks taught soldiers to resist corruption through meditation. Banlayan clerics developed purification rituals. Alkibu's trade networks became the supply lines feeding every army. Then they marched into the umbral reach to seal the wound. The March of Shadows was a nightmare that lasted years. The landscape shifted between planes. Distance lied. Time bent. And then Yzathraal noticed them. 3 battalions simply sat down and wept, overwhelmed by the scale of what they were fighting. They reached the wound. They besieged it for 2 years. And in the final hours, the gods broke their restraint. Divine fire, moonlight, sunlight, and the authority of death itself tipped the balance at the moment it mattered most. The ritual succeeded. Yzathraal was compressed into the shadow sphere. The cost was a kingdom and the shape of the world. The continent fractured. Telaran sank beneath the waves. Its towers still stand underwater, catching moonlight in ways that living architecture does not. The archmage who designed the ritual did not survive it. The elves split into 3 kingdoms that have never agreed on how to mourn. Every nation was reshaped by what the war broke and what grew in the breaking. And now, 5,000 years later, the scars are stirring. A scholarly network called the Harbingers of Entropy has unknowingly reconstructed the philosophy that opened Tel Aran to corruption. Their rituals thin the sphere's containment. One of their members is decoding fragments of Yzathraal's true name. He does not know what he is assembling. In a sealed library, behind wards that have held for millennia, the texts that started everything wait. In the Lake of Stars, a fire titan dreams in shadow-tainted water. And the secret order sworn to guard the sphere senses what is coming and knows that the world has forgotten how to fight it. The Shadow War ended. Its echo never did.